Hello, it is me, Tim, the Hub Critic, back in another video, and this time, basically a quick little short video here, commenting on something that has kind of sparked my interest in recent days. An article that was posted on The Guardian, which is a British website, along with another website named HP Basketball, commenting on the fact that could Real Madrid really join the NBA? This was sparked after Florentino Perez will meeting with Commissioner Adam Silver in October when Real Madrid play off against the Boston Celtics in a little friendly game in the NBA preseason in Madrid. Now, what does this mean in all? Well, first of all, we've got to talk about it because in October, Real Madrid are set to play against the Boston Celtics. And it's then that Perez reportedly plans to make his proposal to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. He'll be asking him about, well, the typical stuff you would ask someone in the NBA. Could Real Madrid somehow join the NBA? With Spain recently, feels like we've been hearing about the NBA's interest in expanding the operation beyond the bounds of North America for years now. Obviously, Spain have been doing moderately well, actually pretty well, like one of the best European teams in the world, not maybe even the best European team in the world, and one of the best basketball national teams in the world. Obviously, Spain has a wealth of talent. To name a few, we have Gustavo Ayón, Rudy Fernandez, and Guillermo Hermoso, who all play for the Real Madrid team. They are named Real Madrid Baloncesto, and let's just comment on them because in October, Real Madrid are set to play against the Boston Celtics, and it's then that Perez reportedly managed to make his proposal. With Spain recently feel like we've been hearing about the NBA's interest. Obviously, NBA will have their couple of games here and there in Europe, but I think that one aspect that we haven't heard about, at least from what I recall, is an actual established European club joining the NBA. Now, this is what they kind of are sort of speculating on these websites, and I think that what they're talking about and what they continue to talk about here actually makes quite a bit of sense. I mean, obviously there will be the bumps, the ups and downs, and we have a lot of logistical problems we'll get to in a second, but firstly, talk about the talent on the team. Obviously, a different European team may feel like a little bit of a step down or a watered down version of the NBA that we're used to today, the 30 team that we're obviously all used to. But think about it, because it may feel unfamiliar at first, but I think as we go along, talent will spread out, and they will acquire some players that will really work on that basis. I mean, think about it, talent like the Gasol brothers from Spain could head back over and play for, let's call it, for example, a Real Madrid Royals team. Let's just call it that for example. So you could see a wealth of talent mixing with the Europeans being able to play, say, in a conference of 4 teams or 5 or 6. I'd say 4 would be a realistic goal. We could have, major cities like London, Madrid, Barcelona, and, for instance, Paris. These teams, well, all formed up and going, because we really do have a lot of teams in Europe anyway, which have included in recent NBA 2K15 video game. We could see talent moving around between those teams. We could see a bit more upspurt in the sort of stuff we'd be getting in NBA, in basketball in Europe. We could see a lot more intrigue going into it because there's more stakes on the line. It's part of NBA. They could definitely up their game because they have something to work with. No offense to the Euro team that we're getting at the moment, but basically I think that it's just a bit too regular, and it's just not what the NBA is at all. We'll most likely not be getting this in years to come, but it's just a theory here, and I'm just saying it because if you think about it, well, if you really do think about it, perhaps in some ways this will work. In logistical problems that they say they have, having a domestic league to the degree, are obviously quite complicated, with the main hang-up seeming to be travel. a move that audacious would surely require a massive scheduling overhaul. Here is my answer. In order for it to work, Cyber has said in the past they'd like to see several European join the club, which, if you don't know who Cyber is, he's basically the spokesman of NBA. And despite the formality of the meeting and the improbability of Real Madrid rejoining the NBA, it's an intriguing prospect. And look at this. We could solve these logistical problems by having what they mentioned as, say, loads of they could have bits in the league where road trips, where you say your NBA teams sporadically head over, well, not sporadically, every year they would have a road trip over to Europe for, 10 days, have a couple of matches in Europe, then there you go, Bob's your uncle, they've played all their European matches. Let's talk about if there was 4 teams, they'd play 8 matches over the course of, say, 2 weeks, which does sound like a lot, but, we could have a lot of matches, and every couple of weeks we'll see an American, like a couple of American teams go over to Europe. European teams will play against themselves in their own little division, but also get the chance to have more of a competitive nature with NBA. It could be big time matches, draw a lot of attention to basketball in Europe, and face it, Europe is basically the only other stop that can really match what America is doing in the NBA. So there's some of the logistical problems that you could sort out. Obviously, travel and all that. It's currently an 11-hour flight from Madrid to LA, which does sound like a lot, but to think about it, NBA teams are travelling all the time between different cities, and that's quite a big, feat. They might have 6 days at a time where they're just going between cities, and that's a lot of hours of flight. So it's not necessarily a long shot to say that they could have a road trip, go over to Europe, and then travel a few hours between cities there, because, face it, it's kind of like Europe, it's kind of like America in the flight differences. So, the cities aren't too far apart, flights wouldn't be that hard. It's a super fun idea, I really like it, and I like the idea of some European teams having that more NBA style with the names and stuff. And we could see a lot more commercialized. I mean, doesn't sound that great, but I think that it helps to globalize the sport and make it, more appealing on a global level. And, like, for instance, we can make superstars out of European, players, and we really have never heard of that before. But Spain is just doing so well at the moment, and I think it's just a great thing to bring up in a conversation here on my channel. And hopefully you enjoyed this little video here I put together, talking about what would really happen, and if I believe that Real Madrid or any European teams, because if you're going to have Real Madrid join, you might as well have 3 other teams for logistical reasons join at the same time. So my question is, will this happen? I believe that it will take years and years, but someday I hope and do believe that European teams will finally join the NBA. Thank you guys, and make sure to subscribe, like, comment below, favourite, and share, and do all you can to support me, and see you all next time.